Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Sky Factory series. Guys, look at what I'm doing here. If I can keep from getting stuff back. Fluix crystal. That's right, guys. It's just time. I'm so tired of going into chests, trying to find everything all the time. So we're going to start working towards an AE network. See what we can do there. And I gotta tell you, it's going to be beautiful, guys. I'm going to start working on that, and I'll get back to you to show you some of the things that I used to mitigate the necessity to find meteors inside of the Sky Factory world, which does not produce meteors. So, first things first, I had to add a couple of recipes. I just used AE2's own recipe files to add it, since that's what they recommend doing rather than using Mindtweaker. So here's the first thing that I added. Check out the skystone dust that I got from sieving dust. Oh, what's that? It can go into a smeltery. Isn't that interesting, guys? And if we come over here, you can see that what it outputs is skystone. We're going to get to, as soon as this is done, why I'm making skystone as one of the recipes. Okay, so now that all that's done, let's do it one more time and turn this skystone into some smooth skystone. See, what I'm working towards here is that I've had to add recipes for the stuff that you would normally get through finding the meteors. Since I can't find meteors inside the Sky Factory world, which does not generate any of the extra structures, like dungeons or strongholds or anything like that, you have to get everywhere in this series, which includes finding ways around stuff like needing to find stuff that doesn't exist in the world. So let this finish up, or actually, just in the middle of it. Let me just go ahead and take what's been made so far. Now you might have noticed some of the things that I'm holding inside my inventory. You might be putting two and two together right now. So let's lay this out in a big square. Oh no. Okay, so the first one here, I'm going to go ahead and put in a piece of silicon and, the inscriber silicon press. Isn't that clever? Okay, let's do diamonds. The inscriber engineering press. For those of you that are not aware of the changes that have happened in Applied Energistics, from the 1.7 version to the version that is in the world now, the second version, just Applied Energistics 2, is that he added presses to get all of the circuits that you could craft in the old one. And these circuits use these materials, so like the silicon press obviously presses silicon, so I had silicon as the material that's used to make it. The engineering press presses diamonds, same thing, so gold. Yep, and I'm going to get the logic press, which is how you make the logic circuits, which are the old gold circuits from before, or the piece that makes the old gold circuits from before. And then I'm going to put in a piece of Certus quartz and get the calculation press. So, those are the four presses that you need to start on the mod. I've got so many machines that I need to build to get this up and running, but that's my goal for this episode. I'm going to try and get myself at least a basic AE network up so I can stop running around to all of these chests that contain all of my items, because that's starting to get really old. So I'm going to make some progress towards that, and I'll be back, guys. And while I'm waiting on some of that stuff over there to grow so that I can get busy on it, I figured we'd do a couple of the other challenges. So, here I am, making a pink generator, which is enough to finish off this one. Pink generator and pink wool. The original quest or challenge was to turn pink into power. This is how I do it most easily. So let's see, what do I want to take here? All of them are pretty much the same, and I've got plenty of pink dyes, so it's not really a big deal there. So I guess I'll take the eucalyptus planks. Claim that reward. And it also gives us the 3 power sources here, so I'm going to claim that reward too. Let's open up those bags. 20 sticky pistons, not a bad. And a bucket of water. Again, never going to complain about a free bucket. So then, let us throw this in there, or pull all of that out, because that gives us enough for another heart. Yeah. I'm going to see if there's a couple more of those that I can work on while I'm waiting for some of the materials to grow over there, and I'll get back with you. Alright, so I've made a little bit of progress here. I'm just going to show you the couple of things that I've been doing. So the first thing that I did is I made a charger with a couple of Fluix crystals that I got. Let me show you the recipe for that. It's right here. Requires a little bit of iron and a little bit of fluix to get it going. What this does is it allows you to turn normal Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz, which is needed for a lot of the recipes. Charged Certus quartz is also what you use inside the pool over there to make the fluix crystal. So that's something I had to get pretty quickly. And then I've made 5 inscribers, which is, I think, the maximum that you need. I put little signs above them so that I'd know which plate goes to which thing, because I just don't have very much experience with this. I know how it works, but I don't know everything by heart. So how an inscriber works is you throw in one of the plates that we made earlier with one of the materials, and it makes you one of these little circuit pieces here. This is the silicon one. There's one for gold, there's one for diamonds, and there's one for Certus quartz as well. And then you come down here to the back inscriber, you put in silicon in the bottom, whatever plate you're trying to make in the top, like either the diamond, the Certus quartz, or the gold, and then you put redstone in the middle, and it makes one of the completed processors, which is something that anybody who's played with Applied Energistics before will be very familiar with. So I'm putting together the few bits and bobs to get this up and going. I've already got the drive made. I'm looking at the storage options. I think I'm just going to skip straight to 4K because I think I've got plenty of materials for that. The other thing I had to do was make an, what's it called? Acceptor. Yeah, there we go. The energy acceptor. This is what takes in the energy from all the various different types and turns it into the Applied Energistics energy. You can see over here I've got it attached to a battery that I made, which I don't know if I showed you guys that, but yeah, I did make a resonant energy cell to hold a whole bunch of energy and transfer stuff around, because I did notice that one of the things that was bogging me down here on the factory is that it was running out of energy pretty quickly because I could not transfer enough energy to it. So I put a resonant energy cell here, so that way I'd have plenty of energy coming up and being stored and then being able to be funneled around to all my various things that require energy. So I've got the energy acceptor here. I'm fixing to start placing down some of the machines as soon as I get the storage cells made. Once I've got this stuff up and going, guys, I will be back to show you a little bit more. Okay, and pretty quickly I discovered that what I actually needed for everything is the pure form of the different crystals. So if you'll look up here, I moved the energy acceptor, even though I probably should have just made another one up here, ran some of the cable to it, and then attached it with 4 of the ME glass cables. So if I was to head up here, you would see that they're attached to crystal growth accelerators. So how AE2 changed, for those of you who don't know, is that now there are seeds and other such things that you can use to get the different materials. And actually it kind of works as an ore doubling mechanic, because anytime that you use the powder and some sand to make a seed which will grow into 1 crystal, you get 2 seeds. So if I pop those out, you can see it says it won't despawn, and it has a percentage for how quickly it's going to mature. So I'm going to do the same thing with the Certus quartz here. There we go. And then we're going to watch it grow. Now with 4 crystal growth accelerators, this goes pretty quickly. If you didn't have any of these, you can just use a normal puddle of water for doing this, but it takes hours for these seeds to grow to full maturity. So I went ahead and just made 4 of the crystal growth accelerators, which I'll show you the recipe there. Got some iron, some quartz glass, which is Certus quartz dust or nether quartz dust with 4 normal glass of any kind. And then it's got the ME glass cables, which is 2 fluix with a quartz fiber. Quartz fiber is made with 3 of the dust and 6 of the glass to make 3 each. And then the block of fluix is just the 4 normal fluix or 8 pure fluix, which I don't know why you would want to use that instead of these, but hey, whatever. You put these together, and these are like exponentially reducing the time that it takes the seeds to spawn. So if I go ahead and chuck a couple seeds in there, which you can throw more than 1 seed at a time to just let it grow, you can see that some particle effects start happening on the seed down there. And if I was to pick it back up, you can see that it has a certain amount of percentage that's done on it, turning those into the crystals. I'm going to go ahead and hop those back in there. Now it's still going to take a couple of minutes. It's not instant even with the 4 crystal growth accelerators, which is something that a lot of people complain about with the new Applied Energistics. Myself, I don't think it's really that big a deal. It's just another level of complexity to it. It doesn't really change the way that it works, so I'm okay with that. Once we start getting into some of the bigger mechanics, like the bigger changes that were made to the Applied Energistics network, I'm sure that it'll get a little bit more complicated, but this is no big deal. So I'm going to let those grow up into adults. I'll be right back with you guys. And so there you can see once they're completed, they turn into the pure forms of the crystals. So now I've got 6 of the pure Certus quartz crystals. Now the pure form can be used in, I'm led to believe, like basically all of the recipes that require any of the materials. The pure forms can be used in place of the normal forms. I don't know if that's true, but I'm told that that's true. So I'm going to be generating a whole bunch of the pure stuff. So eventually I'm going to have to find some way to automate this, which I've seen a couple of pretty good videos on it. But I'm going to look into it and see if I can come up with something myself, or maybe something a little bit better off of one of the recipes that I already know. So, I'm going to continue working on this. I'll be back a little bit later, guys. Alright, so I've already put several of the pieces together over there, and I started to craft the last little bits, and then I thought maybe I should do it on camera. So here we go. I've already crafted the illuminated panels, which you can see is the quartz glass from before, some glowstone, redstone, and iron. So the next step on the tree here is to get myself some formation cores. I've got the stuff together for that, I'm fairly certain. Yep, good, good, good. And then I need some annihilation cores, which I should have. Good, good, good. And then I need to just craft this together. Bam, got myself an ME terminal, which is great, but then I want to go ahead and make it a crafting terminal so that way I can just craft right inside of it. Bam, got that done. So, honestly, I think that's the last thing that I need. And then I've got a very, very basic one single storage cell ME network up. So I'm going to throw this on there. And there we go, guys. Let's put something into it, shall we? Now I've got one apple inside of my ME network. You can see it's used 1 of the 63 types of items and 9 of the 4,966 bytes of storage space. So I do need to craft up more of the 4Ks because I'm quite sure I have more than 63 different types of items throughout everything that's spread around my network in the various places and all the chests that I have and stuff like that. So I need to craft a few more of these, which the recipe for them is, I mean, it's steps, but it's not so difficult. This is for the central component, so you need several of the basic ones here and a couple of the processors. These are the basic ones, nothing too major there. So not too hard to get to, just take some time. So I definitely need to craft a few more of these, so that way I can put these together into the network, get myself hopefully a whole drive full of these. So I'm looking at making 9 more of them. I don't know if I'll get that done right now, but I'm going to start work on it, guys. I'll be right back. And here we go, guys, having made all 9 of the remaining 4K storage cells. I'm just going to pop them in there. Look at that. That is a glorious amount of storage. So I'm going to start moving stuff over, migrating into the system, and once I have everything in here, then we'll look at the crafting terminal and you can see everything that I've wrought so far. Hey, so here we are, looking inside the interface here. Got lots and lots and lots of stuff. Made a pretty good haul for myself so far. Lots of progress made towards accomplishing all the goals. Up to and including the fact that, look at this. I've got some lucky blocks that I made. So I'm going to pop those open in a second, but I also want to show you one other thing that I got, because this is a huge advancement too. I finally caught a zombie villager. So I'm going to use him to make a village. Probably not right this second, but it's going to happen. Okay, so let's do this lucky block thing. Real quick, I'm going to repair my sword just in case tragedy strikes. So let's get that over here. I'm really hoping that I don't suddenly pop a wither, because I don't really think that that would be very fun right here, but hey, we'll see. So, let's drop this down. A gold sword that's enchanted with a lot of stuff, actually. Okay, not such a bad start. Oh, wow. That's a whole bunch of materials. 11 diamonds, 16 emeralds, and 10 gold. Okay, good start. Whole bunch of stone tools, like a full set. Dragon egg. Huh. See, and this is where rapiers come in handy. Look at me just shredding that diamond armor like it doesn't even matter. That That was a named monster. Good golly, look at those pants. Protection 3, Fire Protection 3, Projectile Protection 2, Thorns 2, Unbreaking 2, Projectile Protection 3 again. Wow. That's the whole set of armor he was wearing, probably. Jeez. Oh, some diamond tools. A diamond axe and a diamond pickaxe. I feel like I need to throw some of this stuff in a chest. Just for the moment. Until I can get this stuff sorted. Okay. Alright. Piece of rotten flesh. That's... A lucky chicken. I wonder if he lays a golden egg. I'm gonna guess not. I'm gonna guess that he doesn't do that. Makes me wish I had another safari net so I could capture him. Couple of saddles, okay. All the dyes. That would have been a good lucky block to get when I was doing that wool challenge. But alright, that's 10 lucky blocks, so that should be another quest complete. Yeah. So let's see what I get from this bag here. A fishing pole. Oh well, guys. So I'm going to figure out a good place to do this villager, move this chicken around a little bit, and I'll be back with you. So in line with filling out challenges, here we go. I'm going to get a couple more things done. I'm going to make some spider soul seeds. Gonna make some blaze seeds. Gonna make some slime seeds. Then if we look in our challenge book here, we'll come back a little bit. We'll take a look at the trophy room. That's all of the seeds done, so I can claim my reward for that one. And then the slime farm, as soon as I collect 10 slime balls out of this, I should be good there too. And then I'll have that one done. So I'm gonna plant these seeds, tend them a little bit. We'll see what I can do, but first, reward bag. Bam! 64 torches. Not a great reward. Oh well. Getting back to work, guys. Alright, here you go. Got those slime balls, because I've got enough slime essence for it. I made one, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So, there's a second set. So, let's go back into the challenges here. Go to the slime farm, and claim that reward. And then let's open up that bag. 20 hoppers. That is actually something that helps with automation down there on the inscribers. All the inscribers you can semi-automate, I'll say, with hoppers. You can see I've already got a couple of kind of crazy setups here, but I don't have all of the back ones hoppered in, so I guess that's where I'll throw most of those. Alright, so getting back to work on those challenges, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to build an area for this village. I'm not sure where to put it, though. But that is definitely what I'm going to be doing next, because that is something that I feel I can definitely work towards and will be most beneficial. You can see here I actually have 2 of them now, so I won't even have to like build a spawner or anything crazy like that to get them to breed. I just have to cure both of them. So that's what I'm going to get to working on next, making an area and then getting them cured. Alright, so I started working on an area, and then I remember that it's going to take a minute for this cure to take place, so I thought I better go ahead and get started on this. So you can see here, I've got myself 2 splash potions of weakness and 2 golden apples. And if I look inside of the quest book here, you can see that, well, I don't know why that part of the quest is complete, but whatever, I'll get to that. Here we go. So that's what I needed to move on to the second stage of the quest. And it's also how you cure the zombies. So, for those of you who don't know, here's how you cure zombies. They have to be villager zombies, so they have to look like villagers, which is what this one does. He's got the big nose and the unibrow there. So we toss him splash potion of weakness, and then feed him an apple. And that hissing sound, that's him starting to turn back into a villager. So this process takes a few minutes to get cracking. So I'm going to leave him to it and get back to building that village up there. And there's villager number 1 done. So let's check on his trade. Oh, an emerald for 7 cooked steaks. Oh, you sure are a savvy consumer, villager. Anyways, I'm going to snap him up and then get the other one underway. So here we go again, just in case you didn't catch it last time. Splash Potion of Weakness. Golden Apple. Hissing sound means it started. I'll be back, guys. Alright, so I'm still working on getting it finished, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you where I'm going to be keeping the villagers. So here we are, with a whole bunch of doors to exploit the mechanics. A little 2x4 in terms of how I'm building the structures. 2 high, 4 deep, all the way down, putting doors on every single block with some blocks over them to go ahead and cheat the mechanics. I'm pretty sure that slabs will count as something over doors. I'm not 100% certain of that, but I'm pretty sure they will. So then let me reach into my golden bag of holding here, pull out my 2 safari nets, go ahead and toss the villagers down, see what they do. I'm sure they'll flit around and start opening and closing doors at random. But then let's go ahead and toss out some bread too. So that way that they'll have plenty of food. Although honestly it seems like maybe they don't need it, since they are quite willing already. Yeah, they did not take a single bit of that food. But they also, I'm not seeing a baby villager. Nothing spawned. But oh well, guys. This is the start to the village, and we're off to a great start. And I think with the sight of this little guy, that's where I'm going to have to end the episode, because it is getting past that 20-minute mark. But guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please do leave a like. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing some progress on my goal here to start a rewarding channel for myself and for others. If you want to see more of this, please feel free to subscribe. I'm going to keep on doing this series until I fulfill all the challenges, or something incredibly better comes along, but it really is my goal to finish all of them. So, I hope you guys will see me next time, and I hope you have a great day.